Okay. So this is the boring part. You know, I don't know how to make this part funny or anything, so I'm just gonna go ahead and explain the story to you. Alright. So the book is Around the World in 80 Days, and it's written by Jules Verne. The setting, I guess you could say, is all around the world, pretty much. Okay, so it starts off, and it's a guy named Phileas Fogg, and he's like this crazy, like, ultra British gentleman, and he gets this new servant called Passepartout. Phileas always goes to like this reform club, I guess. It's a super rich, crazy, wealthy club, and nobody knows how he has his fortune either. He's just super rich for some reason. So he goes and he plays this game called Whist. It's his favorite game, and while he was playing, he was talking to the guys, and they were talking about how this guy like made this robbery and stole 55,000 pounds or something, and that's like their currency or whatever. And then they started talking about going around the world, and he said he could make it around the world in 80 days. And they're like, whatever. And he was like, nah, I can't for real. And they're like, whatever. And he's like, alright, 20,000 pounds to whoever will like bet me or whatever. So that's when that happened. Then right away, like, he went home and he told Passepartout, like, hey, we're going, pack your stuff, we're getting a carpet bag. A carpet bag is like this thing that they used to take, and they'd put all kinds of stuff in it and take all their items. And then like 20,000 pounds money. So they did that, and they left. So the whole journey was planned out. They're going to London, then to this place called Suez, then Bombay, Calcutta, Hong Kong, Yokohama, San Francisco, New York, and then back to London again. And they're supposed to do that in 80 days. Well, let's see. What they did was, they got to Suez, right? Well, you know, that's when this guy named Detective Fix was like, whoa, like he thought that maybe Phileas was actually the robber. So that's when he filed, like, she was trying to get this warrant to arrest him or whatever. And I guess they have this law or something, I was reading about it. It said if you like find them if you catch the person and they have like a certain amount of money on them or whatever, you can like take that money as a reward for yourself. And he found out from Passepartout after talking to him that Phileas had 20,000 pounds on him, so he was like, whoa, dang, I could really use this money. And so the whole time he's trying to arrest him like as fast as he can so he can get all the money before he blows it, because Phileas just keeps blowing money on everything he can. Anyway, so after all that, they end up, in India, they're trying to make it from Suez or something to Calcutta, so across India. And they got stuck like in the middle of it. The railway didn't continue, so they had to stop and then find their own way past or whatever. And like he found out that this one girl was like getting sacrificed, so he's like, let's save him, Phileas, because he's like crazy brave. So he tried to save her, and they ended up saving her and taking her with her. Her name was Auda. He falls in love with her as they get to know each other more. They ended up in Yokohama, then they got back to San Francisco, and this whole time Fix is trying to get him back to London fast enough so we can arrest him on London soil, because I guess you can't arrest him in any of these other places. It's out of his jurisdiction. And that's what happened with that. They get to San Francisco, and what's his face? Phileas, he gets in this argument with this one dude named Colonel Proctor. Yes, his name. Colonel Proctor. And like they were gonna fight, and they're all what? So later on, he sees him on the train from San Francisco to New York, and they were gonna duel, and they're getting ready, and then bam, the train gets attacked by these people called the Sioux, the S-O-U-X, Sioux, whatever. It's like this crazy Indian tribe thing. I don't know, crazy. And they started attacking people, and they started fighting them back then, and they needed to stop the train, so Passepartout went under and like broke off this chain, and the engine got released from the thing, and it stopped, and then the soldiers came in, and then the Sioux like left or whatever, and they looked around, and then Passepartout was gone, so like they had kidnapped him, right? So Phileas went back, and he saved him and a bunch of soldiers, and they continued their journey. They needed to get they got to New York finally, and then they needed to get to London. So that was pretty hard. They like went through all kinds of stuff, and this whole time they're going through all this crazy stuff just to get to where they need to go. Like nothing goes right, and they finally get there. And then what's his face? Detective Fix had to go and arrest him. What the heck? What's up with that? He actually did it. He went through with it. And then he found out that 3 days before that, the real robber had been caught. So he was like, what the heck? Like he had delayed him. And I'm not gonna tell you if he made it or not in 80 days. But what I will tell you is that the story has like a moral. It's like money, not money, love, because he starts off this crazy like just like plain man, right? And then he's at the end he's like happy and in love. Like put that together, and that's like the moral. That's what I say. So I recommend this book. You should read it. It's by Jules Verne. It's called 80 Days. No, Around the World in 80 Days.